Hey guys, this is a reading for Memorial Day. It's a reading specifically for, I think Memorial Day is only an American holiday. So for my American soldiers, especially the ones who have come back from any kind of wartime, that would include Afghanistan, anywhere. I know Memorial Day is the day to remember the ones who have passed. So this reading is also for, for people who have lost military. That can be especially hard, because it feels so out of our control when someone we love goes over to war and passes. It's like, it can be an extra hard loss to deal with. I know my mothers of American soldiers and fathers of American soldiers and siblings of American soldiers suffer immensely when they lose their loved ones. And also, I do got to address, so tarot class was an absolute nightmare. I don't know what happened. All of my technology was going crazy. We got off to a late start, so class just isn't going to happen today. Today has a really sort of solemn vibe to it anyway, and I'm just not sure my energy is up for teaching a class about the lovers and love and all that, and decisions and things like that on a day that just feels so heavy. I was thinking about even my paternal grandfather, who I didn't know very well, but I guess was a pretty mean guy, really mean guy. But he fought in World War II, and I think that meanness was actually PTSD that never got treated. And so, our soldiers pay huge prices for the wars we get into, and it's rarely pretty. It's almost never pretty. I'm willing to say never in that case, I know, but I do know the camaraderie that they have between each other is unlike anything else. My daughter's father's father, so her grandfather is a Vietnam vet. So this reading is for him as well. He's a strong Leo Portuguese guy, who, has had life things because of his time in the war too, He was military police, and he actually gave me my first classic tarot deck. So I actually owe, a huge part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today is because of a Vietnam vet. And my deck came from Vietnam during the war. He picked it up there and brought it back to America with him. Even, and as an Aries, we're the wartime one, So it's interesting, even though I'm a little anti-war, I'm certainly not anti-soldier. I love my soldiers, and we are indebted to them in a big way. So I want to dedicate a nice healing reading for my vets and for the families of those who have lost soldiers. So I'm going to start with a quick prayer, and I started with some Palo Santo to, sort of cleanse the energy. After all that debacle of tarot class, I needed to cleanse the energy anyway. It was really wild, a lot of interference, but I think it just wasn't meant to happen today, especially with the card that we had been on, If it was the Emperor or something, it would probably make a little more sense. I also intrinsically grabbed this piece of carnelian, big hunk of it, to hold on to. I don't know why. It's on my office desk, and I just felt the need to grab it for this reading. So, anyway, all right. Dear Father God, Mother Gaia, Higher Self, Spirit Guides, and Angels, please protect me and my viewers by only allowing the messages in from the highest of vibrational beings and block any negative energies from entering this sacred space. So mote it be. Okay, my soldiers and my families of soldiers, I truly do hope that you enjoy this reading. Ooh, follow the voice of your soul. So in order to get in touch with, the voice of your soul and what you really need, you definitely need to get a strong meditation practice going. At least 10 minutes a day. Putting on a guided meditation can be really, really helpful. And hunt down your fears and desires. So if you are a if you're Vietnam too, if you're a veteran, those fears that you have when you come back from war are often not real. They're often, created by something like a PTSD, or you may have flashbacks and things like that. It is always okay to talk to somebody, whether it be a tarot card reader, whether it be a therapist. It is always okay to talk to someone. I think a trauma specialist who deals with soldiers specifically, and if you can go through the VA, and really figure out, and really get in touch, get grounded, enjoy success and happiness. Know that if you are a former vet and you're home right now, you're okay. If you are a current one who is overseas and happen to be watching this, you will be okay. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. And I know things have never been weirder. I wonder if they have, I'm picturing soldiers with face masks on and all over the world. And it's an odd time. But just know that you are not forgotten. You are still in the hearts and minds of your people back home, of your families. Ooh. A lot of you may be coming home soon, or a lot of you who are former military, or if there ever is a thing, or someone who, has served and does have any PTSD, there is help. You can let go of it. Like this, it seems like sometimes you may have to purge it though. You also got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So I even have some tarot card readers that are also veterans. Shout out to 143 Tarot. Thank you for your service, beautiful. You are amazing. Please subscribe to her channel. She's new on YouTube along with me. And she's also a veteran. Walk away. Try and walk away from those wartime memories. Try and walk away from the stuff that, those things, revisiting those places that you were, I'm not sure is helpful. And if you can ever somehow take yourself out of that, I've never been to war and I've never experienced that before. And I am so sorry if you ever had to, or even just being in boot camp can be traumatic, but hang in there. Hang in there. We need you, you are so important. And I know a lot of people that went to the military for various reasons. There are many, many reasons why people join the military, and use those benefits that they give you if you can, as much as possible, especially the mental health help. There is help out there for you. And if you are a vet and you can't afford my prices, which is like 30 for 30, please let me know. I'll work with you. You can email me at mummifiatarot@gmail.com, and we can do a reading specific to what you're going through, and I can give you a tailor-made, way of dealing with yours. Because holding back and holding that stuff in doesn't help. It only makes you defensive and sad. You guys do have to talk about what you've been through. You do have to, in order to stop reliving it, in order to get the help, you got to talk about it at least a little bit so that professionals can try and give you the best advice possible to get through those moments. Visualization is huge. And this also goes for my people who have lost soldiers and who feel hopeless or sad or upset about, losing someone to something as big as war, something you had little control over, something that maybe you didn't even agree with the reasoning for the war. That is okay, and also know if you lost anybody, while you don't have them in the physical anymore, and that is deeply sad, you still have them spiritually. You do. But holding that stuff in isn't the way for either my survivors, my soldiers, or both. I mean, you know, war is ugly. And I am not like passing any judgment if you do have any kind of flashbacks. That seems only natural, you know. 8 of Wands, listen to the messages from the universe. When you meditate, if you're having a panic attack, really taking the time to sit and just breathe. You sit and you breathe and you try and picture your crown chakra opening. Yes. And I think that, you know, doing something constructive, like going into meditation, finding a quiet place, focusing on the breath, breathing in through the, even if you just got to breathe and just focus on the breath in those moments. There is nothing wrong with that. No one is going to judge you. No one with half a brain. Have patience with self. Know that you are the toughest among us. Know that, you know, or if you have lost a soldier, that the country grieves with you. The whole country grieves with you. Even if we don't know their name or their face. It always hurts when we see those numbers. The people who care, it hurts, you know? The Hangman came out again, only upside down. It's almost like, oh, I'm sick of hanging in there. I know. I know. I know. You know what I just pictured was the cat on the tree limb. You know, just by his claws hanging on. The devil. Yeah. Because those flashbacks, war, it's all very, very devil-like energy, you know, very negative. There's death, there's carnage, there's pain. But then you also have so much love from the people who admire you. And you can see even in this reading, maybe you're feeling the love and the support and the respect I have for you, because I deeply do. And so do so many others. You know, I know we try and say that this holiday is about barbecues, but it's not. We really do try and keep it solemn, and I think that Spirit interrupted my class today partly because it is Memorial Day. 7 of Cups. I know it's confusing out there. 9 of Pentacles. But you know you're strong. I mean, you never would have become a soldier in the first place. Or you're coming to terms with the fact that, you know, there are moments when you just need to sit and breathe and you're just so confused by what's going on around you because of the things that had happened to you. That is okay. You're a trauma survivor and a soldier. Or if you lost a soldier, that's traumatic. That's a traumatic experience. But when you take the time to just breathe that devil energy out of your body, purge it, let it go, and remember who you are, remember where you are. Or if you are overseas, if you do, I mean, I know that if you're fighting in a war right now, you can't just stop and breathe, you know? But if you can, please do. And when you can, then, you know, if you're in active duty, you got to get a break sometime. And that's when you develop your strong, strong meditation practice. I would like to think that soldiers get a break every now and then. Because you're only human, man. We ask too much of you. And we all know it. But you guys are bosses. And we need you. We need your toughness. We need your strategy. We need, you know, I don't know how else to put it. I am anti-war, but I'm not anti-soldier. And if you're, you know, a lot of the people who signed up knew what they were getting into. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. And you know what is nice is sometimes some of the benefits and the money you do get after does help. If we could give you more, I know there are so many people in this world that would want to just give you millions and millions of dollars every year, you know? But don't be afraid to tell people you're a soldier. Be proud of that. Don't ever hide it. And we should all be saying thank you for your service when you tell them that. It should be expected. And any of my viewers who, you know, I would really appreciate it if you did, you know, thank your vets. Because, I mean, you know, they had to do what they had to do. Ooh, Empress and the Emperor's here. I think this wants to point out, you know, both males and females can be bossers. Bosses. You know, this is for both my male and female soldiers. Especially 143 Tarot. There you are, mommy. You know? And you will get a second chance at life and love. I do believe that, you know, you paid humongous dues to us, and that will be repaid. Spirit will repay you for all you've sacrificed for us. And it is so appreciated. And it is not forgotten at all. Final message. Transmute. Yeah. And shapeshift. If you are home, if you are a vet, and you're suffering from PTSD or you're suffering from anxiety, I know it sounds easy, you know, easy for me to say, but try and transmute that negative energy. Don't push it out onto anybody. Change it into something positive. If you can help other veterans who are having a harder time than you, please do, you know. If you are having a hard time, please reach out. Please get help, you know, from a therapist or someone. And maybe, or even a tarot card reader, or me. And I'll teach you way more about transmutation. Okay? I am very, very, very fortunate to be where I'm from. I am critical of my country, but I am also very grateful for it. And I am grateful for my vets, and I really, really appreciate you. The sacrifices you have given for this country are priceless. So please take this reading, and you know, it seems the strongest message here is to develop a good meditation practice. And that goes for my people who have lost soldiers as well. If in those moments of grief, you know, that's really, really strong. If you just breathe through it. Do cry though, you know, don't not cry. That's a big one. You know, it's important that you let it out and that you know, release that. Because holding it inside is never helpful. It doesn't work. Okay? So please like, share, subscribe. Sharing this would be really, really helpful. You know, if you know anybody who is a Vietnam vet, why do I keep saying that? I don't know. A vet, you know, then definitely send this to them and let them know I said thank you. Okay.